His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a cable of congratulations to His Majesty King Abdullah II ibn al-Hussein of Jordan on the occasion of the successful minor surgery His Majesty underwent. His Majesty the King wished His Majesty King Abdullah good health and happiness, and for the people of Jordan further progress and prosperity under His Majesty's leadership. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Khir Palace the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar and Chairman of the Muslim Council of Elders, His Eminence Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib, on the occasion of his visit to participate in the Intra-Islamic Dialogue Conference held in the Kingdom under the patronage of His Majesty the King under the theme One Nation, One Shared Destiny. His Majesty welcomed the Grand Imam and his participation in the conference, wishing him and all participants success in achieving the desired goals of serving the nation's issues and promoting the values of solidarity and cohesion in the face of current challenges. His Majesty praised the efforts of His Eminence in consolidating tolerance, coexistence and dialogue and achieving cooperation between people of different religions and cultures, and praised Al-Azhar al-Sharif's high position in spreading the values of Islam and its great principles of moderation, tolerance and harmony. His Majesty emphasized the Kingdom's authentic approach and its noble mission in spreading consolidating the values and principles of the Islamic religion that is based on tolerance, coexistence, harmony, peace, respect for others and the promotion of human brotherhood. For his part, the Grand Imam expressed his thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the King for hosting the conference and His Majesty's efforts in serving Islam, supporting Arab and Islamic issues, and promoting peace, coexistence, harmony, and cooperation between different peoples and cultures. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Khir Palace senior participants of the Intra-Islamic Dialogue Conference led by the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar al-Sharif and Chairman of the Council of Muslim Elders, His Eminence Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib, which is being hosted by Bahrain under the patronage of His Majesty, with the participation of more than 400 Islamic scholars, leaders, authorities, intellectuals, and those interested from around the world under the theme One Nation, One Shared Destiny, organized by Al-Azhar al-Sharif, the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs of Bahrain, and the Council of Muslim Elders. At the beginning of the reception, His Majesty greeted the guests, welcoming them to Bahrain and thanking them for their attendance and participation in this important Islamic conference. His Majesty wished them success in their meeting to promote Islamic unity.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سيدي حضرة صاحب الجلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة ملك البلاد المعظم حفظه الله ورعاه، فضيلة الإمام الأكبر الأستاذ الدكتور أحمد الطيب شيخ الأزهر الشريف، أصحاب السمو، أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، أصحاب الفضيلة المشاركين في مؤتمر الحوار الإسلامي، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. يشرفنا أن نرحب بكم في هذا اللقاء الطيب، وخير ما نبدأ به تلاوة عطرة من القرآن الكريم يتلوها على مسامعنا.
Verses from the Holy Quran were then recited.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا السيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم وما يلقاها إلا الذين صبروا وما يلقاها إلا ذو حظ عظيم وإما ينزغنك من الشيطان نزغ فاستعذ بالله إنه هو السميع العليم صدق الله العظيم.
يتفضل
His
سيدي
Majesty the
حضرة
King then delivered the following speech.
الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة ملك البلاد المعظم حفظه الله ورعاه بإلقاء كلمة بهذه المناسبة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. صاحب الفضيلة الإمام الأكبر الدكتور أحمد الطيب شيخ الأزهر الشريف، الحضور الكريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، وحياكم الله في ضيافة مملكة البحرين التي يسعدها أن تكون حاضنة لهذا الاجتماع الميمون بغاياته المثلى من أجل وحدة صف أمتنا الإسلامية وإعلاء مكانتها. ويطيب لنا أن نلتقي بكم في ساعة مباركة من ساعات اللقاء والتواصل بمناسبة انعقاد مؤتمر الحوار الإسلامي الذي بادر بفكرته من على أرض البحرين قبل أكثر من عامين رئيس مجلس حكماء المسلمين فضيلة الشيخ أحمد الطيب حفظه الله وبارك في مسعاه المخلص لخدمة الإسلام والمسلمين. وها نحن اليوم نستجيب لذلك النداء التاريخي بإقامة هذا المؤتمر المهم والهادف إلى تجديد الفكر الإسلامي والتمهيد لمرحلة جديدة تمكننا من التعبير السليم والأمين عن جوهر الإسلام والتعامل الرشيد مع التحديات التي تواجه الأمة وتعيق مسيرة تقدمها الحضاري. ولا يخفى عليكم أيها الحضور الكريم ما مرت وتمر به أمتنا الإسلامية من ظروف صعبة تحتم علينا بذل المزيد من الجهد للوصول إلى كلمة سواء بيننا تجمع قلوبنا وتوحد كلمتنا وتشد من أزرنا وتنبذ الفرقة والخلاف، فلا عز لهذه الأمة ولا سلطان إلا بوحدتها وتمسكها بدينها امتثالا للدعوة الربانية في الكتاب العزيز: واطيعوا الله ورسوله ولا تنازعوا فتفشلوا وتذهب ريحكم. ونتطلع لهذا الشأن إلى أسهامات المؤتمر العلمية والشرعية في كيفية إشاعة الفكر المعتدل ووقف الاستغلال الديني والمذهبي المهدد لاستقرار المجتمعات وسيادة الأوطان، الذي يتطلب بدوره استحداث آليات متجددة وجادة لتوسيع دائرة التفاهم والتقارب لتشمل كافة مكونات مجتمعاتنا الإسلامية، وبقيادة حكيمة للرموز والمرجعيات الدينية من كل المدارس والمذاهب الفكرية. ونود هنا أن نؤكد على وقوف مملكة البحرين إلى جانب ما سيصدر عن هذا الملتقى الديني المبارك من أمر جامع يجمع أمتنا الإسلامية على هدف الأخوة الدينية الحقة عبر ترسيخ التضامن والتقارب بين المذاهب الإسلامية، واعتبار الاختلاف بينها اختلاف تنوع وتكامل، وأن ما يجمعه أكثر بكثير مما يفرقها. ولا يفوتنا على هذا الصعيد أن نشيد بالدور الرائد الذي يتولاه المجلس الأعلى للشؤون الإسلامية في مملكة البحرين، والذي يجمع نخبة من علماء البلاد لخدمة الدين الحنيف ومن أجل رفعة المسلمين ولم شملهم. كما نفخر بقانون الأسرة البحرينية الموحد الذي أثبتت تجربته النموذجية أن أوجه التلاقي بين المذاهب الإسلامية قادرة على استيعاب نقاط الاختلاف المحدودة دون أن يؤدي ذلك إلى أي فرقة أو خلاف. وختاما نحمد الله تعالى على فضله وتكريمه بأن جعلنا من أهل القبلة الواحدة ورمزا للوحدة والتوافق، فأصبحنا بنعمته إخوانا، ونسأله عز وجل أن يهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا، وأن يوفق الجميع لما فيه خير الأمة ونفعها، إنه سميع مجيب. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Then His Eminence Dr. Ahmed Al-Tayyib delivered the following speech.
فضيلة الإمام الأكبر الأستاذ الدكتور أحمد الطيب شيخ الأزهر الشريف.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ومولانا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه. جلالة الأخ العزيز جلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة ملك مملكة البحرين حفظه الله ورعاه، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وبعد، فيسعدني وزملائي وإخوتي العلماء من بلاد الإسلام أن نجتمع في بلدكم العزيز مملكة البحرين التي أصبحت واحة للتعايش والحوار، مقدرين بامتنان احتضان جلالتكم لهذه الدعوة المخلصة للحوار بين الإخوة من أجل جمع الكلمة وتوطيد الأخوة الإسلامية في مواجهة التحديات المشتركة وتوفير الإمكانات اللازمة لإنجاحه وإيصال صوته ورسالته إلى العالم كله. وأدعو الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يوفق جهودكم المخلصة في خدمة بلدكم ورفعته ودعم قضايا الأمة، وأن يديم على البحرين وسائر بلاد المسلمين الأمن والأمان والسلامة والاستقرار. السادة العلماء الأفاضل، مرة أخرى أعرب عن تقديري لحضوركم الكريم في هذا الحدث المهم واستجابتكم لهذه المبادرة الإسلامية الخالصة والصادقة بإذن الله، والتي نسعى من خلالها للم شمل الأمة والتفاهم من أجل طي صفحة الماضي. جلالة الملك، لقد تحدثت اليوم واستمعت إلى إخوتي وزملائي من علماء المسلمين وفقهائهم ومفكريهم، والذين أشكرهم جزيل الشكر لاستجابتهم الكريمة لدعوة الأزهر الشريف ومجلس حكماء المسلمين للتشاور حول تحديات ثقيلة فرضها واقع مؤلم لا يزال يجثم على صدور الجميع. وإني لأقدر كثيرا هذا المشهد الاستثنائي الذي لم تعتده أعيننا بهذا الجمع، والذي تلاقت فيه أطياف الأمة وعلماؤها من السنة والشيعة الإمامية والزيدية ومن الإباضية، بل من عامة المسلمين جميعا، ممن وصفهم النبي الإسلام صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وهو يحدد لنا من هو المسلم الذي له في رقاب المسلمين ذمة الله ورسوله، وذلك في قوله في الحديث الشريف: من صلى صلاتنا واستقبل قبلتنا وأكل ذبيحتنا فذاكم المسلم الذي له ذمة الله وذمة رسوله فلا تغفر الله في ذمته. جلالة الملك، أظنكم تتفقون معي في أن التاريخ يحدثنا بأن أمتنا الإسلامية لم تجن من الفرقة والتشرذم وتدخل بعض دولها في الشؤون الداخلية لبعضها الآخر والاستيلاء على أجزاء من أراضيها، أو استغلال المذهبية والطائفية والعرقية لزرع الفتن بين أبناء الوطن الواحد، أو محاولات تغيير المذاهب المستقرة بالترغيب أو بالترهيب. كل ذلك لم تجن الأمة منه إلا فرقة ونزاعا وصراعا أسلمها إلى ضعف وتراجع أطمع الغير فينا وجرأه علينا، حتى رأينا وسمعنا من يطالبنا بتهجير شعب عريق وترحيله من وطنه ليقيم على أرضه منتجعا سياحيا على أشلاء الجثث وأجساد الشهداء من الرجال والنساء والأطفال من أهلنا وأشقائنا في غزة المكلومة. وبالتأكيد تتفقون معنا في أنه آن الأوان لتضامن عربي إسلامي أخوي خال من كل هذه المظاهر إذا ما أردنا الخير لبلادنا ومستقبل أمتنا. وأتوجه إلى الله بالدعاء أن يوفقكم قادة العرب في قمتكم العربية المرتقبة في جمهورية مصر العربية وفي المملكة العربية السعودية، وأن يجمع كلمتكم ويوحد شملكم. وتعلمون جلالة الملك أني لا أجيد المدح ولا الثناء في مواجهة القادة والحكام، غير أني أتحرج أن أقصر عن أداء واجب يفرضه الشرع وتفرضه الأخلاق، وأوصانا به نبينا صلى الله عليه وسلم في قوله: لا يشكر الله من لا يشكر الناس، بل أمرنا به في قوله: أنزلوا الناس منازلهم. نعم، أستحي أن أنهي كلمتي دون أن أتقدم بالأصالة عن نفسي ونيابة عن إخوتي علماء الإسلام المجتمعين اليوم في حضرتكم بما أنتم أهل له من الثناء والشكر والتقدير والعرفان بالجميل، وأحمد الله تعالى كثيرا أن هيأكم لاستضافة هذا المؤتمر واختاركم لاحتضانه ودعمه بإخلاص واضح ونية طيبة. كما أود أن أشكر كل من اجتهد وسعى لإنجاح هذا المؤتمر من رجالكم الجادين المخلصين، ومن فريق عمل مجلس حكماء المسلمين وعلماء الأزهر الشريف. كما يسعدني من باب الحرص على استكمال المسيرة وتجديد النوايا لخدمة الإسلام أن أعلن أن المحطة التالية إن شاء الله لمؤتمر الحوار الإسلامي سوف تحتضنها جمهورية مصر العربية في الأزهر الشريف بإذن الله تعالى، وأدعو الله جل وعلا أن يوفقنا للعمل لما فيه خير أمتنا، وأن يمكن لهذه الأمة كل سبل التآلف والتقارب والوحدة والتقدم والرخاء. شكرا لكم جلالة الملك مرة ثانية وثالثة، ونشكر حسن صنيعكم وكرم ضيافتكم وحكمة رعايتكم. جزاكم الله عن الإسلام والمسلمين خير الجزاء، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
His Majesty the King hosted a lunch banquet in honor of the participants of the conference. Under the patronage of His Majesty the King, the Intra-Islamic Dialogue Conference began in the presence of leading scholars and thinkers from around the world. The conference comes in response to the call of the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar al-Sharif, Chairman of the Muslim Council of Elders, Dr. Ahmed al-Tayyib, during the Bahrain Dialogue Forum in 2022, through Bahrain's initiatives to host this international conference. The conference seeks to benefit from all previous experiences on the path of rapprochement and cooperate in uniting the Islamic nation with its various components by supporting and promoting dialogue. Manama has become an important beacon for the Islamic nation as it hosts conferences and meetings of Muslim intellectuals and scholars, reflecting the spirit of openness aimed at achieving unity amongst different religions. More in this report. Leading scholars and thinkers in the Islamic world have always emphasized the unity of the nation and the common destiny. This is what was called for by the work of the Bahrain Islamic Sect Dialogue Conference, which was held in Manama in 2003, to make this important event a milestone. The conference, which came under royal patronage, came out with recommendations that enhanced the nation's rapprochement. The conference called on Muslims to overcome differences and conflicts and to unite efforts in the media, education and advocacy to promote the culture of rapprochement. The conference also announced the formation of a committee to follow up on these visions, to turn them into a tangible reality.
إننا أهل قبلة واحدة نتوجه إليها وتجمعنا رسالة جامعة لا تفرق، وما يجمعنا أعظم وأجل من أن نختلف عليه، فلا تعصب لدينا لأي مذهب، ولن نتوقف عن هذا المسعى النبيل الذي نأمل أن يؤدي إلى التقارب بين المسلمين.
This gathering of leading scholars and thinkers from different parts of the world is a living example of unity and reflects the spirit of brotherhood that unites Muslims from all over the world and affirms that dialogue is the best way to build a brighter future. The conference carries in its core the values of moderation, cohesion, and the upholding of the values of tolerance and cooperation. The Inter-Islamic Dialogue Conference includes speakers from around the world. The first day's program is titled One Nation, One Shared Destiny. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Honorary President of the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, the RHF, issued a directive for the disbursement of the annual Ramadan provisions marking the holy month of Ramadan. His Majesty instructed the RHF to take the necessary measures to ensure the timely distribution of the provisions supporting families and meeting their needs during the holy month. On the occasion, the representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, extended thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the King for the continuous support to the RHF and the Foundation-sponsored families and keenness to help the families meet their requirements ahead of the holy month. His Highness wished His Majesty abundant health and happiness. The RHF Secretary General Sheikh Ali bin Khalifa Al Khalifa expressed appreciation to His Majesty's directive, noting the RHF's keenness to continue providing its comprehensive and services to beneficiaries in accordance with the royal vision. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa sent a cable of congratulations to His Majesty King Abdullah II bin Al Hussein of Jordan on His Majesty's successful minor surgery. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa met with the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, at Gdebiyah Palace. His Royal Highness highlighted the strength of relations between the two countries across all fields. He emphasized the importance of further strengthening the Bahrain-Malaysian partnership, highlighting the promising opportunities that contribute to achieving shared goals and aspirations. Regional and international developments, as well as issues of common interest, were also discussed. His Royal Highness stressed the importance of supporting efforts to enhance regional and international cooperation as they contribute to consolidating security and stability while promoting development and growth. An official reception was held for the Prime Minister of Malaysia, during which the national anthems of both countries were played.
على الشرف سلام مملكة ماليزيا وسلام مملكة البحرين. سلام. قف.
For his part, the Prime Minister of Malaysia expressed appreciation for His Royal Highness's commitment to strengthen relations between the two countries and enhance cooperation for the benefit of both nations and their peoples. His Royal Highness hosted a lunch banquet in honor of the Prime Minister and his accompanying delegation. The Deputy Prime Minister, Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani, the Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and a number of senior officials also attended the meeting. The first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the ISF Gymnasiad Bahrain 2024 final report from the Minister of Education and Chairman of the ISF Higher Organizing Committee, Dr. Muhammad bin Mubarak Juma. His Highness praised the outstanding success of the Gymnasiad, which was hosted by the Kingdom under the patronage of His Majesty the King. He praised the efforts exerted by the organizing and executive committees to make the tournament a success, with the participation of about 6,000 athletes, amid Bahrain's remarkable excellence in receiving delegations from various brotherly and friendly countries. He praised the role played by the Ministry of Education in cooperation with the GSA, BOC, and all government and private entities and supporters. The first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, chaired the GSA's Board of Directors meeting. The agenda of the meeting included the approval of the previous minute of the board meeting, followed by a review of the Khalid bin Hamad Gold Generation Initiative, in addition to discussing the specializations related to the sports system for the Players and Coaches Development Project in cooperation with Timkeen. The meeting reviewed the Sports Professionalism Project and then discussed the development plan for stadiums in the Kingdom and various development projects for sports facilities. The meeting also discussed the topic of governance and internal and external control for the year 2025, then reviewed the most important upcoming programs and events. His Highness Sheikh Khalid praised the efforts made by the executive body of the GSA, led by Dr. Abdurrahman Askar, during the past year in cooperation with all parties of the sports system in the Kingdom, which resulted in many successes for the sports sector. He also emphasized the importance of moving forward towards the rehabilitation, development, and construction of more sports facilities, such as stadiums and halls, to provide an ideal environment for the youth. His Highness stressed the need to upgrade all parts of the sports system, including players, coaches, administrators, and referees, through various training programs that make them qualified according to the highest standards, to emphasize Bahrain's competence and excellence. The first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the Sports Facilities Safety Certificate presented by the CEO of the GSA, Dr. Abdurrahman Askar. His Highness commended the efforts exerted by the GSA in developing sports facilities and ensuring the safety of athletes and fans. He stressed that the certificate is a confirmation of the Kingdom's commitment to applying the highest levels of safety and security in sports facilities and promoting international standards and sports infrastructure which contributes to the sustainability and excellence of the sports sector. His Highness added that the certification reflects the vision of the leadership to support and develop the sports sector, applying best practices to ensure a safe and sustainable environment that serve athletes and support hosting major sporting events. He also noted that the certification comes as a culmination of the authorities' efforts to enhance the level of safety and security within sports facilities, pointing out that this step raise the efficiency of sports facilities in accordance with the highest international standards, calling for continued efforts to implement the highest safety requirements in all sports stadiums. The Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Isa bin Salman Educational Charitable Trust and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Tamkeen, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, met with the Head of Corporate Learning of International Markets and member of the Executive Committee at Harvard Business Publishing, Vinay Haber, the Vice President for Europe, Middle East and Africa at Harvard Business Publishing, Caroline Wright, and the Chief Executive of Tamkeen, Maha Mufiz at Rafah Palace. His Highness highlighted the support extended by national workforce by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa through harnessing all resources and opportunities to enhance their professional growth. He affirmed the importance of investing in Bahrainis, emphasizing that this is key to ensuring a prosperous future for the Kingdom. He reiterated the Kingdom's commitment to upskilling Bahraini citizens, fostering their development through training programs and equipping them with the necessary resources and capabilities. His Highness was then briefed on the progress plan of Harvard Business Publishing Corporate Learning Leadership Skills Program, one of the programs launched under Tamkeen's leadership initiatives in cooperation with leading global training institutions. He emphasized the importance of continuing to adopt and implement innovative initiatives and programs that equip Bahrainis with the necessary skills and knowledge in line with the evolving requirements of the labor market. He stressed the importance of further strengthening cooperation with global educational institutions and bodies to support the empowerment of Bahrainis and achieve the Kingdom's desired goals and aspirations. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif, received the Speaker of Representatives Council, Ahmed Limsallam, as part of the parliamentary delegation's visit to Pakistan. Sharif commended the long-standing bilateral ties and their continuous development under the leadership of His Majesty the King and the Pakistani President. He commended the support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister in advancing bilateral cooperation across all sectors. He conveyed his greetings to His Majesty and His Royal Highness. Limsallam conveyed the greetings of His Majesty and His Royal Highness along with their best wishes for Pakistan's continued progress and prosperity. He underscored the strong parliamentary ties between Bahrain's Council of Representatives and Pakistan's National Assembly and Senate, underscoring mutual support for strengthening cooperation at all levels. The Chairman of the Shura Council, Ali Saleh, participated in the 15th session of the APA held in Azerbaijan. Saleh delivered a speech where he stressed that Bahrain, under the leadership of His Majesty the King with the support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, is keen to be an example of development and progress and a positive addition among developed Asian countries. He pointed out that Bahrain is also keen to be among the ranks of countries that achieve high levels of development, economic growth and social stability for their peoples and build friendly foreign relations based on constructive cooperation and support for the common interest. He announced Bahrain's desire to submit its candidacy for the position of the APA presidency for next year, stressing that this step comes as a continuation of Bahrain's active participation in the APA. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and his accompanying delegation arrived in the Kingdom for a two-day visit. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, Ambassador of Bahrain to Malaysia, Dr. Walid Al-Mana, Deputy Governor of Maharraq, Brigadier General Jassim Al-Qatam, Malaysian Ambassador to Bahrain, Shazri Al-Zahiran, and a number of well-wishers welcomed him upon his arrival to Bahrain International Airport. The Minister of Tourism, Fatma Sarafi, met with the Minister of Information and Culture of Kuwait, Abdurrahman Al-Mtayri, on the sidelines of the 9th meeting of the GCC Ministers of Tourism. The meeting reviewed the executive program for the Bahrain-Kuwait Tourism Cooperation Agreement 2024-2026, efforts to promote the GCC as a unified tourism destination, regional tourism development, and joint investment opportunities. Al-Sarafi underscored Bahrain's commitment to strengthening cooperation with GCC countries to promote intra-regional tourism, exchange expertise, and enhance the sector's contribution to regional economies. Both ministers highlighted the historical ties between Bahrain and Kuwait and underscored the importance of continued collaboration in tourism. As part of ongoing efforts to enhance rehabilitation opportunities for inmates and to integrate them into society, the Directorate of Correction and Rehabilitation, in cooperation with government hospitals, organized a training course titled Life Skills, which aims to provide inmates with practical skills to help them achieve stability. These programs come as part of a comprehensive strategy to enhance rehabilitation opportunities, as the concerned authorities affirm their commitment to providing effective initiatives that support inmates in building a new and more stable future.